what I had in my vision at the start of the day.
Exactly. I mean, definitely a game to lose here for Twisted Minds. They have obviously the early game aggression thanks to the Agudo, the fast rotations here that we've already seen being displayed by Blacklist International. So you can imagine that Clean is going to be able to kind of emulate that same kind of performance.
And talking about the two lineup in this game for itself, it's very complete with early towards late game here, but the focus will be put towards the mid and roam for the first few parts of the game, and the late game setup will be on eyes, both on 90s Iron Bloom and also Champion on that Dharma Monk here. So these two players will be pivotal in this game 4 as we head on towards the Gorge to find out who will be victorious in this game number 4.
Game number 4 is going to be a match point almost here for Blacklist, or is it going to be the climb of Twisted Minds? Let's see the action unfold once again, ladies and gentlemen, at the Ayala Mall, Manila Bay. Let's go crazy.
Yeah, we are now at game number 4. This one really sets the tone, right? I mean, at this point, if they get the early wave clear, they're able to make the rotations. But I like you to see that sneaky rotation coming in from the side of Clean.
Yeah, forcing the flash out there, and Boardmaster HIGHLIGHTS has to be using that pretty early there. That's going to put a lot of pressure onto the side of Twisted Minds, and City Boy maybe getting caught out. The cannon blast into the troop. Beautiful play here by the side of Blacklist, but can they get a bit of a turnaround now? We see Clean with the help of the Iron Bloom. 90 takes a 2-1 trade.
Beautiful start this time. They come back swinging, and Twisted Minds, this is exactly what they need to do. But Joshi, he knows what's going on. He is going to get surrounded though.
He's going to get surrounded, but I mean, at the same time, he's just looking to steal away some of those resources from the side of Twisted Minds. If they're not going to get the kill advantage, you may as well get the gold.
Yeah, that's true. Right now, we'll take a look at how this laning phase is going to go. Golden Kite, he wants to try and rush this lane itself. You can see that already Golden Kite, I think he has taken that Firehawk at the bottom. With that, he will have the level advantage against Shanks.
The scary thing here is as well, right? I mean, Golden Kite is one of the only players within KIC2025 to get a pentakill, and it's on a dish, Chano.
Yeah, that's a very scary stand, right? And to go up, like, I'm not the biggest believer of stands, but for now, Golden Kite, he has put that belief in me.
Yes, exactly. Imbuing the faith of the PKL fans as well as Kindofu, your favorite kind of tofu. Not quite crispy sisig here.
I mean, it could be very flavorful at this point of the game, right? We'll take a look at how this is going to turn out, because even though they have the kill advantage on the side of Twisted Minds, look at the gold. It is neck and neck. There is no difference to speak of at this point.
No difference indeed, right? But I mean, we look at the distribution of those buffs here. Obviously, we see both the Crimson and the Azure Golem going up to the side of Twisted Minds, and just playing a bit of a catch-up here as well.
I mean, there's one thing that... Oh, hang on.
Oh, the force and the flash here. It's going to be the Soaring shot, but then the Gorge mobilization. Takedown onto Golden Kite into the bottom side of the map here. Chaz maybe getting lost here into the source, but it's got that cannon blast that drives away HIGHLIGHTS.
But success is found. This is exactly what Twisted Minds needs. City Boy, he got away with a sliver of health. Now with a 3-1 score. Nice catch!
What a beautiful take in Liberties. They get the board, but can they take the kills here?
Wait.
The Blazing Brilliant chops down Clean, but Iron Boom into the back line. 90 with the pickup here. The think inside the box ain't going to stop you when you have CC immunity.
Yeah, you can try, but they will never be stopped. Twisted Minds just keep coming back. 5 kills.
Can Champion get the pick up? He does. He is the Night Prowler.
Yeah, this is so insane. Every time it feels like Twisted Minds have gotten one up over Blacklist, they keep showing up. Champion 1, what a response. Getting all the buffs onto his hands as well. Now, Golden Kite, this story has not been great for him so far in this first 3.5 minutes, but Blacklist as a team, they are recovering well.
They're recovering well, but the fact is that Golden Kite's been able to hold off this 2v1, but I mean, it's at the fact that he has those Spirit Wolves as well, right? Like, able to take this one a little bit with an ease here, especially against such a mid to short range hero like the Mana Straight into the bot side.
Okay, so we'll take a look at the resources available, right? So common spells now, only Golden Kite does not have his flash. HIGHLIGHTS and 90 though, they have taken away their flashes. There is no 4-minute flash available for them. This dwindles their attacking or escaping power.
Yeah, exactly. Now we're getting into those tyrant fights here between these two teams once again. Blacklist dwindled their gold lead that they had ever so slightly, but it is the pendulum swinging between these two teams. Champion just trying to do some damage onto the back line, onto Clean.
Yeah, it's all about the vision game we talk about here. City Boy knows that Golden Kite is around. But here's the thing, Golden Kite, okay, ball lay down.
Okay, we do get the Cannon Blast. It's going to stop that multiple tempo for now, but it's going to be the inevitable beat coming through. Dragon gets taken down, but can they claim some kills here? We saw the Chammy try to go for a bit of a Hail Mary play, but now we're seeing Blacklist turn into a bit of a whitelist here. They have been taken down, and Team Ace, the Twisted Minds.
Big wins, it's just Justy left. He's going to get the return kill onto HIGHLIGTS, but it's not going to be enough. The T1 at risk in the mid, saved by Justy, but this one, it might not be enough.
It might just not be enough here for the side of Blacklist. They are down around about 1.2k gold at this moment in time against Twisted Minds, and they've just lost that T1 down bottom side of the map, and that T1 into the mid lane is looking battered.
Yeah, I mean, it's so smart from the side of Twisted Minds, right? They took that fight at the best time possible. They knew that Justy was not around. He needed to get those buffs because the Alarm does need CDR. He does need the mana regeneration as well. We'll take a look at that instant replay. So knowing that number one, Justy was not around, and to melt down the number one tank threader, Dragon, in the form of the Scorchet or the Angela, smart moves. And the fact that, look, they even caught Chammy 1 as well. I think that was the biggest win so far for Twisted Minds in all of the games.
So yeah, kind of being played a little bit overzealous here is going to be Chammy 1 onto that Dharma. We haven't seen a prime pickup just yet. Obviously that 1v1 at top side of the map here, but we're looking for a little bit of an engage once again with Twisted Minds. They're looking to unsettle the balance of that top side of the map. They're really looking for an early game win here.
Yeah, this is where it needs to be won, right? We have seen Blacklist International win all the early game parts of all the games in the series so far, but if they can get this, that would be great. Unfortunately for them, they have to trade off the T1 at the top as well. Everything in favor of Twisted Minds.
Yeah, they've got to hold on to this T1 into the mid lane as well, right? Like, that's going to be their sort of saving grace within this 6-minute game so far. But we see here, man, 90 has been putting a lot of pressure onto the side of Twisted Minds, onto Blacklist, sorry, but they're going with a 3v1, almost able to sustain that damage, but does fall short.
Yep. They try to make some space, and this is where the dive will happen, even with the backdoor protection as well.
Ooh.
The T1 still stands for a little bit, but for now, I think, you know what, Blacklist, you can kind of consider that T1 in the mid gone.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just a little tap here from maybe the Magistrate's third token here, but now we're just seeing them use the more full tempo, just push them away, get that minion wave through. There we go, but then bot side of the map here, Justy wasn't just having a lunch snack, he was trying to go for that T1, and it looks like they're going to get it for the team.
We might see a replay, right? The last time we saw Jushi's Lam, it was the backdoor of his life. He got the win over the Homeboys Black True Esport base and Crystal at this point. So Blacklist, we'll see. Nice setup.
Okay, the board has been committed, pushing them into the back line of that board. They do escape. Chammy 1 catches no one but the minions, and then once again, a little bit overzealous here for the clash lane of Blacklist.
But this is where Twisted Minds have forced the errors out from Blacklist International. They can come back into the series, but Justy, he's going to try his best to hold this game, and hold on, they will.
Yeah, trying to hold the fort here is going to be Justy, looking to try and just put a little bit of a Trojan horse here, like we saw last time they played against, with this lamp against Homeboys Black True Esports. But we see here the Dragon just being used, that Blazing Brilliance to clear out these minion waves, but you can't stop it when you got a party of sprites.
Yeah, there's no way, right? And you also have Shanks on this defense here, just making full use of his passive. For now, it's all about a setup. They did land nice stuns. Oh, Justy!
Nicely done, backline. Takedown here, sustain. Being taken off the board here for Twisted Minds. Looking for a little bit more, trying to contest that Azure Golem, but it goes over to Chammy 1.
Yep. I mean, not the ideal target, but still, at least not giving it away to Twisted Minds. That's the win for this Blacklist. But 90 points. This guy has been on a tear this game. Absolute map domination. He's everywhere.
He's been watching KIC's games, man, I swear. Like, he is definitely been on the masterclass there, but the boards have been nothing short but masterful here for HIGHLIGTS.
I mean, these are the two players we wanted to see shine today, right? HIGHLIGTS as well as 90. They need to get those skills down, and so far, like you said, HIGHLIGTS, every board has been successful. Was it the perfect one? Not really, but they did get a lot of value from it.
Absolutely a lot of value, just kind of like sorting out the enemy team there, but speaking of his own down, it's the backline of the side of Blacklist by the Iron Bloom. 90 here, he is on the prowl.
Yep, he did expend the flash, so that was a heavy cost. Rewards, not too worth it at this point, didn't manage to get a kill, but they have secured some map pressure, which means they have some space for the Shadow Overlord. No, just Overlord at this point.
The Overlord at this point, going into the 9-minute mark. In a minute's time, we will get those Shadow objectives come through here, so Just getting this Overlord before that next point is going to put some pressure on here, but Chami has to be careful, don't get caught out with that CC. Has to force the flash, not flash, sorry. Has to force the way out of there. Chaz with the flash, trying to get the setup here for Dragon.
Yeah, you can see HIGHLIGTS operates as both the offense and the defense as well, with the board, making sure that they get the defense and the save going on to Clean. You cannot afford Clean to be taken down right now because we're 30 seconds away.
Oh, there's the cannon blast onto City Boy, feeds him through. The death from below just get countered there by the Mortal Tempo.
Okay, that's going to be a big ultimate down, and 10-minute mark is coming. So which means this might be advantages for the side of Blacklist International. I mean, the goal difference is just about 1,000 at this point.
1,000, not even that at points at the time, right? They're looking around about 600, 700 gold right now, but maybe a big play here for Chaz. They know how scary he can be with those cannon blasts.
10-minute marker is here. They're going to try and rush this down. All eyes on 90 though. If he gets the flank, it could be dangerous for the side of Blacklist International.
Can he get the flank, or can Shanks get the shank here is the potential answer for the side of Twisted Minds. They're looking for that Shadow Tyrant, trying to get the cannon blast, but it's going to be 90 into the backline, doing so much damage, but the blazing brilliance. The cost of the side of Twisted Minds might be a little bit too great here, but Dragon down, Chami down, they're looking for some more.
Yep, they got a reset on the Tyrant as well, but this one looks clean for the side of Twisted Minds. They should be able to get this full reset happening, but Clean doesn't have the Doomsday. He does have the lifesteal available as well. The team will help him tank it up, which means Blacklist International now have to deal with the onslaught of power from Twisted Minds.
Yes, that temporary damage buff and the movement speed increase here given over to the Shadow Tyrant is going to be something that really could catch the side of Blacklist off. I mean, they're able to get that Crimson Golem away from the side of Twisted Minds, which is going to be that minor victory we're really looking for here for the boys at the PKL.
I mean, look, this is the version of Twisted Minds that we wanted, right? This is the same quality that Blacklist International has shown us since game number 1. And now that we're getting a stronger Twisted Minds in this game number 4, this is what we deserve.
Very strong, very dominant. They're looking to just keep that pressure onto the side of Blacklist. Not able to get that Azure Golem, though. Does go over to Golden Kite, so they really are. They're getting it. They're not getting it, but they're taking it away from Just Chi here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just damage limitations from the side of Blacklist International. I mean, we've taken a look at the strengths on the side of Twisted Minds. Yeah. Look, the turret kick is just insane. A blind Gorge mobilization to push them away because they will not have that Primal Bond in about 30 seconds. They're just looking to pull attention away from Blacklist International.
Yeah, just looking to put pressure onto Blacklist International here. It's going to be Twisted Minds. But around about that, just under a K gold lead right now. But I feel like if Blacklist lose this team fight and Twisted Minds get this Shadow Overlord, it could spell a little bit of a disaster here for the boys in Blacklist.
Even if they don't destroy the crystal, if they take this Shadow Overlord, it's a guaranteed T3 for Twisted Minds.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with that minion wave down bot side of the map here as well, just being pushed through and ushered through here for with 90, that could be the open door, but do we have to send away Golden Kite to get that one?
Yep, they now know Golden Kite is not here. The pentakill guy is not around. This could be a fight that they could win. Twisted Minds, all they have to do is time it well.
Yeah, the pack leader has now returned to his pack. Can he make an impact? Is what Golden Kite is looking for here. Basing around this Shadow Overlord. It does get reset once again, but we're looking for the contestant of that Crimson Golem goes over to Golden Kite.
Yeah, right now it's all about making sure that you get important catches, right? If you force out big ultimates like the Unending Sorrow from the side of City Boy, or even the board from HIGHLIGTS, that would be, you know, the biggest win for the side of Blacklist because that puts them in the best position to win the team fight.
Exactly. I mean, to be honest, you could even look at 90 as well, right? Like, he's been so scary with those flash engages. It's been so harsh onto the side of Blacklist.
Yeah, I mean, the same formula is the same, right? Get rid of Dragon. Once there's no more tank shred, you win the fight instantly. And that's what Twisted Minds are looking for. But oh, it's not going to be that easy for the Blacklist anymore. The double pickup Daybreaker for Shanks, as well as the Blood Rage for Clean. This is a great fight for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, a little bit more sustainability given over to the side of Twisted Minds. Clean, and then damage over the Shanks here with that Lady's Itemization. But the Cannon Blasters connect on the Clean here. Maybe
oh,
trying
nice
to get a bit of a catch onto the top side of the map here. He does able to outflank 90 on the Mulan. Gets taken down. Is this the Blacklist comeback here?
Yep, they're looking for an opening. He just needs to find an open angle. In fact, they don't even have to fight. They can actually just take the Shadow Overlord and make a beeline for the top side of the map.
At the same time, they have to put pressure into that mid lane, right? Like you saw Just T cast that wave, because if they weren't, they'd get that T2 into the mid lane, which would be really detrimental to the side of Blacklist.
Yeah, Chemi1, he's waiting. Oh, hang on.
Forge mobilization doesn't get procced here, gets takedown onto Chaz. That means they are down handicap there, but it is going to be the takedown of the Shadow Overlord, but Just T.
Right now, neck and neck, right? Balance, 90 did take a fall. Just and Chaz are failed as well, but Just did secure that Shadow Overlord, so they will have that save. Right now, it's making sure that Twisted Minds does not get the T3.
Exactly, just trying to mitigate that crowd control, the collateral damage here for the side of Twisted Minds. If they're able to get the T3, it could spell a disaster here for the side of Blacklist. Definitely the pressure that can't be reversed because they do not respawn.
Yeah, right now it's all advantage to Twisted Minds. If they get this Shadow Tyrant, they could pick a great fight against Blacklist and could potentially turn this whole thing around.
Yep, they get the neutral objective here. So for the next 85 seconds, they are going to be packing a little bit more of a punch here onto the side of Twisted Minds. And now you're seeing that goal difference come through, but look at Just G, man. Even though he's died quite a few times, twice, he's still maintaining that gold lead over Clean.
Exactly what you want to see, right? This is where the goal lead is so important. Because this also means that Just G, if he gets an opening onto the backlines of Twisted Minds, you can be sure he can really just press a button called delete and they will be done.
Yeah, and at the same time, we're looking at Golden Kite getting into that late game as well, right? Obviously, he has a Daybreaker just being built there as well, looking for that last final item. Has the Sun Chaser, going to give him a little bit more damage, maybe go for a little bit of lifesteal here because sustainability onto the side of Blacklist going into this late game is going to be scary, but Just Chi, he's just making sure that Vanguard, top side of the map, gets the job done.
Yeah, right now they're searching for him, right? They know he's looking for a split push, which is why they're so intent on looking for getting that advantage in numbers. If they get rid of Just Chi here, it could spell disaster for the side of Blacklist International. At the same time, look, I'm all about City Boy in this game.
Yeah.
The heals coming from the Unending Sorrow might be game-changing for the side of Twisted Minds.
Game-changing, but the Radiance does get hit. He does obviously use a CC immunity, cancelling out that Cannon Blast, but bot side of the map has to be answered here by the side of Twisted Minds.
Yep, and look at the patience of Just Chi. He is just waiting in the sidelines. This Shark is ready for the bite, but if he gets it, this is going to be a deathly bite.
Yeah, I can say, you can see Just Chi is just kind of like waiting in the wings, but he's giving comms over to his team. He's like, guys, I'm going to sit here, and then we're going to give comms. We still see 90 trying to look for him here as well. Finds him in the brush, but it's not going to be enough here to get the takedown.
Yep, nice check from the side of 90 as well. This is going to alleviate the pressure and in fact balance it and maybe give them an opening, an angle to find into the chink in the armor on the side of Blacklist International.
Yes, looking for that chink in the armor here is going to be Twisted Minds potentially. Looking just to give over some more damage over to Shanks here, gets the Crimson Golem as well. They're just looking to kind of like formulate everything into their itemization, into their pockets, then to take one last team fight potentially.
Okay, I'm just waiting now because if you take a look at the gold distribution, yes, recovery on the side of Clean in the jungle. But right now, with a 6 slotted Just Chi,
yes,
this could be a very difficult position for Twisted Minds, especially when they don't know where he is. So whatever that's happening now that City Boy as well as 90 have gotten attention of where Just Chi is, this is great information for them.
Great information. He's just built the Sage's Sanctuary as well, right? So we could be seeing a little bit of an aggressive dive into the back line, but Champion has taken too much damage from my late game before a next team fight. The multiple tempo does actually get the catch out of Dragon into the back line here, but it's going to be that Overlord that's going to be taking place here as well. Just Chi has to be careful. He's taking too many liberties at the same time, trying to get the dive onto the back line. The death from below, but can they pick up a kill here? 3v1. Chaz is not able to get that lifeline and flash into the back line here. It's going to be 90 with that ultimate. Is looking for another pickup. That's 4-0 here for the boys of Twisted Mind. Take that as a team ace.
Yes, and the doors are wide open. They have a wave on the top, on the bottom as well. Twisted Minds should secure this, and it's T3 broken. Crystal explodes, and it will be a draw now, 2-2.
2-2 scoreline being neutralized here by Twisted Minds. Definitely what they wanted after that break. Maybe the